probably basically the name's come about because we've got the Amberley RAF base here, and the F111s was their fighter jet, and basically the name revolved around that. We initially started with the State League in 1982. Unfortunately at this stage we haven't won a grand final, although we've had 3 or 4 appearances but haven't been able to crack the big one. We actually are here as a representative of the Ipswich City area, where we have 13 junior clubs which feed into 8 or 9 senior clubs and therefore feed on into the Ipswich Jets, which we started under 20s with a reserve grade side which is called the Fogs Cup, and that's our main feeder club into our Queensland Cup. So players who don't play Queensland Cup actually drop back into the Fogs Cup. We're a feeder club to the NRL side, the Gold Coast Titans. Gold Coast Titans keep a close eye on our players. They also feed back into our side with players that are on the fringe of the NRL side. This week we've got Jackson Nicolau, Ian Lacey and Sam Tagatisi. So those 3 players will come back and play for us this weekend. There's other players in our pool like Chris Walker, Matt White, those guys, and Brad Myers. So at any time that those players are available but not in the top 17 of the Titans, they'll actually drop back and play for the Jets in the Queensland Cup. And that's a test of character for those players. There is sometimes players that get a little bit disgruntled with the fact that they think they're in the Queensland Cup side for that week. Then all of a sudden they find themselves back in the Fogs. But that's part and parcel of the game and part and parcel of any sport. And it's a test of character for those guys and how they handle that. And some of them might have a dummy spit, might want to walk. Some of those guys might want to knuckle down and work harder and try to improve the skills in the game and try to improve their position in the club by having a really good game in Fogs Cup.
I was down at the Roosters for a couple of years, yeah. I told my manager I was meant to play for Tigers, and I said nah, couldn't do it. So he come up here and gave me a manager call, and he organised a few phone calls and got me up here real quick. And they were keen to take me aboard. So
we sat down and started here, had to set our own personal. Obviously, we want to try and play the grand final again, play final football at least again. Personally, me, try to get back out there, play the way I did last year, same form, and hopefully get another country rep under it, and maybe one step further and get residence if I can.
Facilities here are actually, we're very fortunate that the City Council you probably nearly class as being one of our major sponsors. Should class as one of our major sponsors. Obviously, club-wise, Luxury Paints are our major sponsor, but the Ipswich City Council invest an enormous amount of money, time and effort into the Jets Rugby League Club. This is the Ipswich City Council's field, which we lease off them. The gym is maintained and provided by the Ipswich City Council, and they provide an enormous amount of assistance to the Jets Rugby League Club, and really we don't exist without the Ipswich City Council. The main difference from last year is that because we performed so well last year, a lot of our players actually moved on into the NRL or into NRL clubs. We had players that moved up to the Cowboys, in young Donald Malone, who was an exceptionally talented footballer last year. Young Curtis Lingwood got picked up by the Broncos. Aaron Sweeney got picked up by the Broncos. Trevor Exton got an offer to go to Sheffield in England. Then we had a couple of the old timers like Jason Bogarelli, who decided it was time up and decided to retire and put a bit of time back into his kids, who are also very good footballers as well. So there was a number of players that sort of turned over within the club and took those other opportunities that come, and that's what we're about. We want to be feeding into those NRL clubs, whether it be Titans, whether it be Cowboys or Broncos or whoever. And if we don't get a number of players getting to that level, then we're not doing our job. It's as simple as that.